Hello, it's Anna T. Brooks, Sovereign Energy Alchemist, and welcome to another episode of Energetic Alchemy with Anna. And this is quick hits of life transforming energy shifts. So today I want to talk to you about boundary setting and give you something really quick and really implementable that you can take straight away and actually see the progress in this. So one thing that we often forget when it comes to boundary setting is to practice on the small stuff, right? Whenever we realize that we actually have a problem with boundaries, and boundaries, I mean, how you allow people to talk to you, how you allow yourself to be treated, the things that you will and won't do, the things that you will and won't accept for yourself, right? Your boundaries, your standards in some ways, right? So when we talk about boundaries, we often realize that there is something big that's happened that we have really let it slip, right? Maybe in our relationship, maybe in the way that we get treated at work or with our colleagues or even with our friends or whatever it is. It becomes something big and glaring that we're like, wow, this is a really big boundary issue. This is not good enough. But what we forget is that the reason that that we got it to the stage where it's allowed to be such a big issue is because we didn't set the boundaries in all the little ways before that. And so my tip for you today around boundary setting is to start with small things so that when it comes to the big things, when it comes to people really overstepping the boundaries in big ways, you're going to be able to actually stand firm and hold that boundary. If you don't even have the practice of those small steps, of those small boundaries where someone just doesn't speak to you the way that you want to be communicated with, or that they don't, in a relationship, you're not having the communication that you want to be having, whatever it happens to be, right? Start small with the steps of setting boundaries. It's like if you were learning to swim, right? You would not learn to swim by being dropped in the middle of the ocean. You would start with learning to swim somewhere shallow where you're not going to drown if you go under, and then you would make your way up and up and up from there, right? But you would not start with the biggest thing, and your boundaries are exactly the same way. Start with something small. Start with the small stuff where you do hold your boundary, where you do stand firm, right? And then you will build up that muscle. It's like anything. It's like confidence and all these other traits that we want to have and that we want to display. Boundary setting is the same. When you have that muscle built up, then when the bigger things come up that are challenging, that are like, my gosh, I'm going to really need to stand firm here, and this might aggravate the other person. They may not like it. They may be really used to being able to step over this boundary. In those times, you're going to actually be able to do it because you've already built up that muscle and you're strong enough to hold your boundaries. So that's my tip for today. I would love to know how this resonates for you. If you want to share what it is that you're going to actually implement this around, what area of your life, I would love to hear from you. So drop in a comment, hit like, hit subscribe, hit share if you think this is really valuable for others as well. And I will see you guys next time. And remember, live life on purpose. Mwah.